guys, Youthway here, and welcome back to another FIFA 17 Ultimate Team video. Today, I'm going to bring you guys the Ultimate Trading and Investing Guide for Futmas. Now, that is the period on Ultimate Team over Christmas when EA released daily scoreboard challenges, lightning rounds, new packs, and also daily rewards on the companion app and web app. Now, this gives you a great opportunity to make some really good coins on Ultimate Team by investing for these scoreboard challenges, and I have also got some good trading tips that will help you make a lot of coins throughout this period. So, we're going to start off by looking at the scoreboard challenges. Now, something you guys may not already know is these are actually based on the different numbers that a player wears. So we have 3 brand new ones every single day. It's almost like an advent calendar. You guys can see right here with Marek Hamšík, it says Futmas calendar day 17. There's going to be one of these every single day until Christmas. But something you guys may not know is that, for example, here Hamšík, he wears the number 17, so he is released on day 17. If we look at some other ones, Benteke, he also wears number 17, as you can see in this picture there. He's been released on the 17th. Aubameyang, he wears 17, he's been released on the 17th. And then we've got Ruffier, De Rossi, and also Parolo, who have already unlocked. Parolo looks really good, so yeah, I will actually be bringing a team built around him out quite soon on my channel. But you guys can see here, they all wear the number 16, and they were released on the 16th. So that allows us to kind of predict what players will be included in the future, because on the 18th, so tomorrow, when this video is going up, then it's going to be players who wear the number 18. There's going to be a couple of different players there who will be included. There'll be 3 different scoreboard challenges on the 19th. It will be players who wear the number 19, and so on and so forth. So this allows us to kind of predict the players that can be included and invest for those scoreboard challenges. So I've gone and done some research to find some players who play in some of the top leagues in European and world football who wear shirt numbers ranging from 18 till 25. So that will cover you from when you're watching this video as soon as I release it, all the way up till Christmas Day. So we'll give you a rough idea of players who could be included for these scoreboard challenges. If I do miss out any, maybe there's a player who plays for your favourite team who wears the number 20 who I've forgotten, leave a comment down below, and yeah, it does help me out. Maybe there is a player I have missed out that you guys could potentially invest for if they do get included. But a lot of these players, you've got players in some similar leagues, so you can get investments that will cover a lot of different days. You don't only have to invest, for example, for the 18th, for the 3 players who will be released then. If you get some players then, they could also be useful maybe for the 22nd, the 23rd, or any of the other days really. So definitely make sure that you pick up a variety of different players to cover a lot of different options. Don't just focus on one particular potential player, because if they're not included, you're not going to make profit. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Cover a lot of different bases, and you'll be able to make more profit. I will also show you guys my investments at the end of the video. I'm not going to go too in depth on my investments throughout this until I get to the end, because that's when I'll show you guys like all the players I've picked up and kind of show you the best ones you can get. We're going to start off right here with the first team. These are all concept squads. But yeah, for the 18th, so players who wear the number 18, we've got Sansone, Moreno, Guardado, Fekir, DeMarcos right there, Defoe, we've got Alba, and finally Bernat. So all these players wear the shirt number 18, and what you can see, the main kind of trend right here is players who play in either the Liga Santander or Liga BBVA, depending what you want to call it, and the Premier League. So we do also have a couple of Spanish players. Bernat there, he plays in the Bundesliga. Guardado there plays in the Eredivisie. And also we do have Fekir there playing in Liga. But mainly we've got Spanish players, and we have got players who play in the Liga Santander or the Liga BBVA or the Premier League. So it's quite easy to invest for this one. You're going to want to invest in high-rated Spanish, Liga BBVA, and Premier League players, which is pretty easy there. The ones I would say will be included here, I think Fekir will be, as kind of a mid-range one, like they included Parolo. That's what they normally do. They go for one that's kind of lower rated and quite cheap to unlock, one that's really hard to unlock like Aubameyang, and then one that's kind of in the middle, someone like Parolo. So Fekir could be that one in the middle, maybe Alba as the really expensive one that's hard to unlock, and then maybe someone like Sansone or Guardado as just kind of a lower down, easy and cheap option to unlock. Potentially Bernat as well. He's one I wouldn't mind being included, because yeah, I do quite like using Bernat on this game. And next up we've got Castillejo. This is obviously players who wear the number 19, so will be included on the 19th. Castillejo there, Sane, Slimani, Johnson, Modric, Banega, Aurier, Rashford, Cazorla, Dembele, Mane, Costa, and finally Bonucci. Now I don't think Costa will be included just because he's already got a Player of the Month card that's out with the Scoreboard Challenge, so I don't think I'll have 2 Scoreboard Challenge cards out at the same time. But yeah, we've got a lot of different players here. Again though, a lot of Premier League players. We've got Costa, we've got Rashford, Cazorla, Mane, Dembele, and also Sane and Slimani. So Premier League players, again, high-rated Premier League players is what you're going to want to invest in, as well as some higher-rated kind of players from some of these other leagues. So we've got a couple of players from this area. Bonucci and Banega could potentially be included, and then we've got one Liga BBVA player right here. Another one there with Modric and one Bundesliga player. I wouldn't recommend investing kind of too much in maybe the Bundesliga, but you guys can see, for example, if you invest in Liga Santander players here, and maybe DeMarcos doesn't get in, you invest for DeMarcos. Alba doesn't get in, you invest for him as well, obviously, with the Liga BBVA. You've still got options here, because then if someone like Modric or Castello gets included in the next day, then you've got those investments you can sell on right there. But yeah, I'm not really too sure who'd be included here. There are a lot of options. It could be any one of kind of like Modric, Cazorla, Bonucci, maybe even like Banega as your expensive option. And then you've got potentially Rashford, Sane, maybe Fabian Johnson as the lower rated one. And then the one in the middle, you've maybe got Dembele, someone like that, potentially Slimani as well. So normally that's what they will do, I think. Obviously, like, we've got Aubameyang, Ruffier, and like, I think Parolo as one. So you've got an expensive, a mid-range, and a kind of lower rated one. I think that's what they will do in future. For this, I wouldn't mind seeing Sane be included as a Manchester City fan, yeah, that's what I think will be included. I'll show you guys the players I've invested in, though, at the end of the video. So moving on to the next team right here, we've got this one right here, Futmas 2, and yeah, we start off right here with players who wear the shirt number 20. So we've got Marco Asensio, we've got Adjuris, we've got Ayu, Juan Fran right there, we've got Biglia, Mustafi, Kazawa, Roberto right there, Lallana, we've got Dele Alli as well. So these are all players who wear the shirt number 20. And again, Liga BBVA or Liga Santander, depending what you want to call it, I'll probably keep mixing up. So sorry if that does annoy you, but yeah, we've got that. And we've got the Premier League as the main option. So obviously Roberto, Juan Fran, Adjuris and Asensio all play in the Liga BBVA. And then in the Premier League, we've got Dele Alli, we've got Adam Lallana right there. We've got Skodra and Mustafi, and we do also have Andre Ayew. So, I mean, you do also have a couple of other options. You've got Kazawa there playing in the Liga, and you've got Lucas Biglia playing for Lazio there in the Serie A. But the main options are, again, Liga Santander and Premier League. So you want to invest in some high-rated players from the Premier League and also from the Liga Santander. Pretty easy there. I'll, again, show you guys the investments I've got, though, at the end of the video. So moving on to the 21st, we've got Philip Lahm right here. We have then got Dybala. He's one I would really like to see included as well. We've got Andre Gomes, we've got Hatem Ben Arfa, we've got Nemanja Matic, we've got David Silva. He's one I would really like to see included. His pace would get over 70. He'd have an amazing card, and as I said, I am a Manchester City fan, so I wouldn't mind seeing at least one City player included. We've also got Alvaro Morata there. We've got Omar Toprak, Ander Herrera, Schürrle, and then we got back to Asensio. So those are the players there for the 21st. And yeah, these players there, ones I think will be included. I think they'll go with one kind of high-rated, expensive one. So it'll be anyone from Dybala, Lahm, or Silva, I think. They'll go with one that's kind of in the middle, so that could be any of the 84s, really. Potentially, Ben Arfa could be the really expensive one, but in the middle, I reckon might be Gomez, maybe Matic, Toprak, and they could potentially go with like maybe Morata. And then kind of just a lower-rated one, it should be maybe Schürrle, Morata, or Herrera. So yeah, again, you have got Liga BBVA and Premier League as the dominant kind of leagues included right here. And again, a lot of Spanish players are pretty common, so it does kind of show the best players to invest in that I'll show you guys later on. Moving on to the next team, this is, I believe, for the 22nd and 23rd. We're going to start off right here with Kwadwo Asamoah there, a really good card, would like to see him included. We've got Isco, Willian, Zazuba right there, Vasquez, Danilo Pereira, Clichy, and then we've got Luis Gustavo, Shaqiri, and Mkhitaryan. So these are ones for the 22nd. And again, it's a lot of Premier League players and a lot of Liga Santander players. However, here we do have a few other options. We've got Luis Gustavo in the Bundesliga, Asamoah in the Serie A, and then Zuba right here in the Russian League, and also Danilo Pereira in the Liga NOS. Now, I think they'll probably include either Pereira or Zuba. I preferably see Pereira included because I think he is a very good player on this game. And a boost by maybe like three or four stats for each stat would definitely make him a much better player. He'd have over 70 pace and passing, over 90 physical, and he'd become just a really good player. So I wouldn't mind seeing him included, but I think him or Zuba, since they are from more obscure leagues, will be included as the more expensive option here. Either Mkhitaryan, maybe Shaqiri, Willian, or maybe Isco will be included, and then as your kind of mid-range one, you've got potentially Asamoah. I doubt Vasquez will be included, but maybe Luis Gustavo, something like that. But again, Premier League is kind of the main one right here. A couple of Liga Santander players. But you want to mainly invest in Premier League and Liga Santander players because they're just the kind of dominant leagues in all of these. So if you invest in some for the first Squad Builder Challenge that comes out on the 18th and none get included, you can still sell them on in the next one that does have a Liga Santander player in. So it's definitely the kind of best one to go for, in my opinion. But here I wouldn't mind seeing like Luis Gustavo get one. He's a great player in this game, do enjoy using him. Clichy, I wouldn't mind getting one as well as a Manchester City fan, and Pereira as well. Asamoah as well, wouldn't mind seeing him get one, as he is a great player. Now moving on, this is going to be, I believe, for the 23rd. We've got Arturo Vidal right there. We've got Samuel Umtiti, we've got Ericsson, Kagawa, we've got Coleman, Gaitan, Alves, Guilavoggi, Sigurdsson, and there we go, back to Asamoah. So right here, again, we're mainly looking at players who play in the Premier League and also quite a few players in the Liga Santander. So obviously Umtiti and Gaitan there in the Liga Santander, and then we've got Sigurdsson, Coleman, Ericsson, and yeah, those players right there in the Premier League. We do also have a few Bundesliga players though. We have got 3 Bundesliga players with Vidal, Kagawa, and also Guilavoggi. So this one's quite hard to invest for because you've got a lot of different options, but you can kind of cover different bases. So for example, get Javi Martinez and Thiago, and then you cover the Spanish option of players like Isco and a lot of the players you will have seen in the previous days. But also it gives you a Bundesliga and a Bayern Munich option if someone like Vidal gets included. You've got Kagawa there as well, and Guilavoggi. And I think with this one here, they'll go with a high-rated one, which should either be kind of like Dani Alves, Ericsson, Gaitan, or Vidal, I think. Then one in the middle, which will be like maybe Sigurdsson potentially, maybe Kagawa, maybe Umtiti. And then I think Guilavoggi might get in as just kind of a lower-rated one, potentially Coleman instead, one of them. So yeah, I think maybe get some players who just cover different options. Again, you've got the Premier League and Liga Santander ones you'll have picked up beforehand, but maybe get Thiago and Javi Martinez, maybe some higher rated kind of goalkeepers and stuff. You get Farm and something like that, and you should be looking good. Moving on to the final ones, this is 24th and obviously 25th, Christmas Day, and you guys can see one particular player there in the starting 11 that I'll go into more depth on later. So we've got John Stones right here. For those of you wondering, these cards here, the Squad Builder Challenge cards, won't affect the one-to-watch cards for people like Sane and Stones who do have those cards, so they won't go up. It's only going to be the Squad Builder Challenge card that is available, and that will obviously have a boosted rating. And we've got John Stones right here, players wearing the number 24 shirt. He's one I wouldn't mind seeing included as a Manchester City fan. Also, we've got Loic Perrin. He would get a link to Ruffier if he was included, which is not too bad there. We've got Daniel Ruggiani. We've got Gary Cahill. We've got Florenzi, Matthew, Insigne, Garay, Bellerin, and Jimenez right here. So what you will see is everyone is a defender other than Insigne. So I think Insigne is going to be included in this one because they're not only going to want defenders. Just that's what I think. May not be the case, but I think they will do that. I think Bellerin will be included just because he's someone who is so popular on Ultimate Team. They're very likely to want to put him in. And then it's going to be kind of between maybe Florenzi. Florenzi could definitely be included again as a very popular player on Ultimate Team, or one of these lower rated ones like Ruggiani, Stone as maybe Perrin. So I think definitely here Insigne and Bellerin will be included, and then you don't really know for these other ones. But what you're looking at here is mainly Premier League, and then you've got a couple of players from Liga. You've got quite a few Serie A players though, so I would go for a few Serie A investments. Get some just quite high rated players. Maybe you could get Lichtensteiner because he's just a really high rated cheap right back. You get people like Benatia, maybe even Miranda, even if you've got the coins. Get maybe some goalkeepers who are quite high rated like Johar, maybe Mandzukic, people like that up front. And maybe you get people like Ever Banega, those higher rated players too. But yeah, moving on to the 25th, this is obviously Christmas Day, and where I think you're going to release just kind of a special, very expensive card to unlock. So we've got Miranda, we've got Adrien Rabiot there from PSG, the young talent there. We've got Salvatore Sirigu, we've got Sule, we've got Berardi, we've got Socrates, we've got Thomas Muller, and we've got Gianfranco Zola. Now, he wore the number 25, and he's a legend, so I think EA will kind of include just as a really special Christmas kind of reward, since it is obviously going to be Christmas Day, and that's when I think they're going to want to just kind of have a massive reward, which not many people will have the coins to unlock, but it's just going to be a really unique, special one. I think they will release Zola with the premium Squad Builder Challenge reward card. You guys may not have seen it. I'll put a picture of it on screen right now next to the kind of normal one. And yeah, I think that's what they will use that card for, and it will specifically be for Zola right here. So what you can look at here is mainly players who play in the Serie A right here. So we've got quite a few Serie A players in the 24th and 25th. So if you get a couple of players here, some of the ones I've previously mentioned, like Banega, people like that, would be good. Maybe you get a few Italians, since you do have Zola, and a lot of these players are in the Serie A. So maybe you get some players who are Italian and play in the Serie A. So maybe you get people like Barzagli, some higher rated players, just in case If they do include Zola, it's probably going to be like a 187 or a 186 rated team with maybe a legend in. So if you do have the coins, I know it's quite risky, but if you've got maybe 500k or more, go and get someone like De Boer or Vitor Bayer. Get one of the really cheap legends you can get for under like 150k, because they're likely to require a legend if they want to give you a legend. So I think that's something they may do. You do also have quite a few Bundesliga players there. You've got Sule, you've got Socrates and Muller. So I don't think they'll include Muller if Zola gets included, but if they don't include Zola, because obviously it's a legend, it's something massive which they may not include, then I think Muller will definitely be included. But they'll probably put a lower rated one in, maybe Rabiot, but I doubt it. Probably someone like Berardi or Sirigu. Then they'll go with maybe someone like Socrates or Miranda, and then they'll have either Muller or Zola, in my opinion. So yeah, get some players who are Italian. Maybe get Verratti and people as well, because that also does cover a Ligue 1 route, but also covers obviously all these Italian players here, and some of the Italian players like Insigne, Florenzi and Reggiani for the previous day. So those are the players who could be included. There may be a few that have missed out. I think Harry Kane may have one of these numbers. I'm not too sure if he has changed numbers recently, but I think he used to wear like the number 18 or something. So yeah, leave a comment down below if I have forgotten anyone. But now moving on to my actual investments that I've got. I'm just going to show you guys right here my investments. So these are the current investments. I do have more in my clubs. So I've gone with quite a lot of informs, because informs are needed for all of these squad challenges. I've gone with Congolo as a very, very cheap team of the group stage card, just because potentially you may need a team of the group stage card for this. I've gone for pretty much discard price, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Also got Alisson for the same reason. One to watch cards. You may need a one to watch card to do one of these. So I just got both them as potential players who may be needed, but I doubt they will be. I've got Korb because now you do actually need players from the Movember cards. You do need Movember cards for some of these. You can use them instead of informs. Had him in my club, so I thought I would just use him as an investment. He's a good player that you can go and pick up. Just a cheap, maybe someone like who are the cheap ones? There's Jedinak, I think is a good one. Some of those cheaper Movember cards are always good. People like Fernandez, he's a really good one to go with. 83 rated, because to get an 84 rated team you can do the glitch where you have two 84 rated players, the rest 83s and one 80 rated player. So yeah, Fernandez, I've gone for like, I've gone for 13.5k. Have I just listed him up? I've just listed him up by accident. Wow, that is retarded. that is very, very retarded right there. Yeah, but he goes for like 25k. I can't believe I've just done that right there. Okay, so we've got these. We've got a few cards here. Zuba's decent if you do need Zuba. Obviously the Wizard Zuba you could unlock potentially, because he does wear one of those shirts. So you may need like a Russian team with a Russian inform or something like that in. We've got Willian Jose right here. Liga Santander inform, so obviously a lot of these players are in the Liga Santander, so I went and picked him up. You get maybe Diego Lopez or someone instead. Buenanotte there, just because he's very, very cheap in form. You want to kind of cover it, so you've got some informs from some of these more popular leagues, but also just get some really cheap informs. Get the cheapest informs you can get. People like this, Castillo right here. He's just one of the cheapest informs on the market right now, going for 11.5k. I've got 3 others on my transfer list as well, just because he's the cheapest inform I could find, and the cheapest gold inform. Just because for some of these challenges, like the Ruffier one, you don't need a rating, you just need 2 informs and like 90 chemistry. I think that's the Ruffier one. Those are the requirements for that. So some of these you just need inform, doesn't matter on the league or anything like that. So try and get a few really cheap informs, and then try and get some informs who are higher rated or play in some of the leagues that could be included, like the Premier League or Liga Santander. Semedo's a good one because he's a right back. He's by far the cheapest right back inform on the game. And yeah, I got him for 17,000 coins. PK's a great one if they include anyone like David Silva, Modric, any of the really high rated cards. You're going to need a high rated team. PK cost me 13,000 coins right there, and is always a good one to go with. Navas as well, just went with him as he's an 85 rated card. He's 4.5k, he's one of the cheaper 85 rated players on the game. And again, a lot of Liga BBVA players, so he's a good one to go with. Pepe Reina there, he's a high rated player. He's Spanish, so he covers all those Spanish players, but also covers a lot of players in the Serie A. Sommer right here, 84 rated again. He covers the Bundesliga option. We've got Toprak, who also covers the Bundesliga option, and is a cheap 84 rated player. Per Mertesacker, he's 83 rated, plays in the Premier League, and also covers the Bundesliga options too, being German. John Terry there, he covers the Premier League options there, being 84 rated and quite cheap as well there, 3.3k. Liechtensteiner, 83 rated, one of the highest rated right backs on the game as well. So if you do need maybe an 85, even an 86 rated team, you need a high rated right back, he is probably the player to go for that you can get very, very cheaply. Granit Xhaka there covers the Premier League options, and he's only 3,000 coins. We've got Isco there. He covers the Liga Santander and the Brazilian options. No, not the Brazilian, the Spanish options, sorry. And only cost me 3k. We've got Joe Hart there, 1.5k. He's 84 rated, so very, very good one there. Covers any English options like Lallana and also players in the Serie A. And also managed to go and get a Koke there for 3.2k. And he covers obviously the Liga Santander and also the Spanish options. And then Andre Gomes covers any Portuguese players and also Liga Santander ones. And if we look at my club as well, I do have a few more players. It's kind of turning into a mini club tour right here. We've got, right here, we've got Aduriz. He's a good one to go with. He is probably one of the better ones you can go with right here. I should probably include him in the main squad. But yeah, he's a great one, being one of the higher rated Spanish strikers. Other than him, you've got Costa. He's a lot more expensive. Danny's a good one just because if you get him as a striker, he is by far the highest rated cheap striker you can get from Portugal. The only one higher rated is striker Ronaldo. No one's going to be using him, and I think the one under him is Inform Hotto, who's like 35k. So Danny's a good one to go with right there. And then Slimani, people like Slimani, Giroud, some of those higher rated players in the Premier League are always good to go with. So if I just scroll down here a bit, I know I've got a lot of cards in my club who are on loan, who I should probably get rid of, but if we can get down here, so we've got just a few players here I've packed or just using my current teams. Costa's a decent one. He's plays in the Bundesliga, is quite high rated. Same with people like Konoplyanka. And then just a lot of 83 rated players, like I've gone with Nani here. He's quite cheap. And also Portuguese, the links to people like Fernandes, some of those informs, Benatia, Jimenez, Subasic, Ter Stegen, Oscar. Just gone with a lot of 83 rated cards. João Mario as well. Because if you guys remember the last Squad Challenge where you needed an 84 rating, 84 and 83 rated cards went up so much in price, so they're just good, easy ones to invest for, because if they do get included, their prices will go up a lot. So this is the team I have managed to get as my investment squad. I'll be picking up a lot more investments in the future. Also, if you do want me to invest in cards on my trading Sergio Aguero account, then tell me in the comments down below. I can do that and kind of turn it into an investing account, show you guys what you can make really from investing coins on Ultimate Team. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, really appreciate it if you could leave a like on it. The last video I did for Black Friday and the kind of the Ultimate Trading Guide for Black Friday got like 50,000 views. So if this could get anywhere near that support, that one got a lot of likes. So this one could get a lot of support too. That would be awesome. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully it will help you out. Also for the trading methods and trading tips you want to do right now, you want to invest. That's probably the best way of making coins. But you want to either invest or snipe cards. You can try and snipe, for example, people like Koke. Or just try and snipe maybe a specific Inform Semedo right here. Someone who's in packs right now, who gets packed a lot, who maybe goes for more than people would expect. Semedo's a good one you can just pick up. Almost forgot to actually mention the trading tips, but yeah, you could just try and snipe those cards. So look for a high rated card and just try and snipe them. Maybe like an 84, 85 rated card who goes for between about 5 and 10k. Try and snipe them for like under 3,000 coins. And because people will expect them to sell for a little bit less because their prices were cheaper just a couple of days ago, they may list them up a little bit cheaper. But yeah, that is the main kind of trading thing you want to do if you don't want to invest. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like if you did. 150 likes would be awesome. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.